All right, so this is chapter 2, working with data, the activity. To do the activity, you would click on instructions and it would give you this instruction window here. So that's your lab. And then to actually code, you hit cash register activity. The window that will pop up will be your coding window. So let's go ahead and look at what we're actually supposed to do. You can read all through this. Basically, you're making some variables, num items, cost per item, and then tax rate, and then making basically a receipt. And this will be your output. So you're going to put the number of items to 4, the cost per item at 10, and then the tax rate at 0.08. And then you can change these numbers and kind of see how the receipt changes as well. So there's going to be a lot of variable creations. You can do some math as well in steps 3 through 5, and then we're going to print out stuff at the end. So let's go ahead and get started. The first one we're going to do is num items. So I just type num items equals 4. You don't have to put a semicolon. That's really nice. Cost per item equals 10.00. You don't have to put 00, but you can put 10.0. Tax rate equals 0.08. And those are our 3 starting variables. The next 3 lines, it says next add a statement to calculate and store the subtotal in the variable name subtotal. And they explain what subtotal is up there. Subtotal equals the number of items times, which is the asterisk, times cost per item. Okay. And then we have the next thing is next add a statement to calculate the amount of tax and store the results in a variable called tax amount. So tax amount equals subtotal, which we just calculated. So the total price, so in this case, would be $40, right? Cost per item is 40. Okay, and then tax rate times the tax rate. Okay. And then the 5th step is add a statement to calculate the total price and store the amount in a variable called total price. So we have subtotal and tax amount. Total price is going to be equal to subtotal plus tax amount. All right, makes sense. All right, so now all we have to do is print out this receipt. I'm going to copy this in there. And let's see how many lines we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The first line is just so like a title, sales receipt. Try to receipt, right? Receipt. And then the next one is number of items. Remember, you do have to do the str because Python's kind of different. It can't print out just a number. It has to create it, temporarily convert it to a string, and that's what that does. So the first one's just like that. They give it to us, which is nice. The next one is cost per item, I guess. Cost per item. Now it has a $sign. I don't know if you see that. The number itself isn't going to store the $sign, so we're just going to print out the $sign like that. And then instead of doing num items, it's going to be cost per item. And then the next one is tax rate. Tax rate. And I'm just spacing it out so it looks nice. And then I'm actually put a percent sign here. That is a percentage. Or I guess not. It doesn't. Or just do it like this. So it's exactly like that. Tax rate. And then we have tax amount. Did I miss something? Cost per item, tax rate, tax amount. No, tax amount. Oh, I forgot here. Tax rate, you need to say tax rate. And then tax amount. Number of items, cost per item, tax rate, tax amount, and now we need total sell price. Total sale price. Total price. Okay, so that should print out how we want it. Now, how do you run this after you type it? You go up here to save. You do have to save it. And then you hit the little rocket ship to run. And if there are no errors, it'll print out nice. Now, if there was an error, so for example, I forgot this equal sign. I'll show you what it looks like. It'll give you the error and it'll try to tell you, it'll as best as it can to try to tell you what happened. Line 5, there's some problem on line 5. When you look at line 5, you'd look, oh, I forgot the equal sign. Sometimes that's it's easier said than done, but say run, and once you've run it one time and verified that it's printing out like the way you want it to print out, which it is. Oh, we forgot the dollar sign on some of these. So when you put the dollar sign on tax amount and total sales price. Save it, and then run it again. Because I think you have to run it before you can submit it. So there you go. Once you're done with that, you have to go up here to the submission status. Click on that. I wish there was a submit button here, but there's not. So go to submission status. And then you'll see the code here. It'll kind of give you a preview of the code. And then you hit submit. You can hit preview grade, which will run it against some. Let's see. Connecting. All right, so it's submitted and waiting for the teacher to review and grade. You could hit that other button up there, and I think it runs like a test case and says if they think you got it right. So that will show me up. So they'll send me a message, and I can grade it that way. So that's how you'll do that.